Hello everyone. We have a great show for you tonight. And so, let's begin. You are watching Political Point Magazine. Where the right is right, and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Yes. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories. Oh yes, we have another one. Hillary is officially politically damaged goods. It's HillaryGate Part 34. It's getting up there. Guess what? Hillary Clinton attacks Trump on his temperament, but a new book by a former Secret Service officer that worked under the Clinton administration reveals a Clinton bombshell about her personality. We will talk about this. And the FBI dropped the ball on Omar Mateen. We will definitely talk about that, analyze the situation. And polls now show that the Orlando terrorist attack is giving Trump the advantage. And we ask now, how is our national security under Obama? And the topic of gun control has come up by the left, and they are trying to push a gun control bill through the Senate, but it is failing. And we will talk about all of this and more when we take it to the phones and talk to you, the viewers, on tonight, Monday the 20th. We're coming down to it, my friends. Yes. Alright, my friends. Yes. We get to our top story here now. Alright, my friends, this is this is truly amazing. Okay, what's been going on? But our latest now of the Hillary Clinton is officially politically damaged goods series. It's HillaryGate Part 34. All right, which we're going to get into now. It appears, on the campaign trail. Okay, on the campaign trail, it is mostly Hillary Clinton that is attacking Donald Trump on his temperament and things, but here's some of the
just go buy a gun with no questions asked.
She says she.
Oh wait, never mind. Anyhow, Hillary Clinton has been on the attack, but she's also been on damage control mode because of the scandals and everything. But now, recently, she has attacked Donald Trump on his temperament and accusing him of not being qualified to be president and as such. But a new book now has come out from a former Secret Service officer who worked under the under the Clinton administration. All right. Let me show you this. Okay. Now, this is truly amazing, my friends. Okay. Now, if you take according to the book, which is written by Gary J. Barn, okay, the Secret Service agent who worked under the Clinton administration. According to the book, Hillary Clinton now has sort of a Jekyll and Hyde personality, which terrorized her White House staffers, which made them scared stiff of her explosive and even physical outbursts and physical outbursts. Okay, now this is very damaging. Now, Gary Barn, who was posted outside the Oval Office when Bill Clinton was president, portrays Hillary as too erratic, uncontrollable, and occasionally violent to become the commander-in-chief of the free world. Now, the allegations from Barn, who's a 29-year-old veteran of the military and federal law enforcement, threatened to derail her campaign days before she was expected to clinch the Democratic nomination, of which, by the way, Bernie Sanders is not dropping out of the race, by the way. Okay. Now, here's what he says. Here's what he says. He says, what I saw in the 1990s sickened me. He writes in the book. His book is called Crisis of Character. All right, and I recommend everybody get this book. All right, but in his book, Crisis of Character, okay, all right, a White House Secret Service officer discloses his first-hand experience with Hillary, Bill, and how they operate. Okay. Now, the book claims she repeatedly screamed obscenities at her husband, Secret Service personnel, and White House staffers. All right. And yep. And all of whom lived in terror of her next tirade. All right. Now, Secret Service agents had discussions about the possibility that they would have to protect Bill from his wife's physical attacks, and this is what Byrne writes. Okay, and the couple had one violent encounter the morning of a key presidential address to the nation. All right. Now, meanwhile, a paranoid Hillary Clinton tried to have the Secret Service banned from the White House, and once tried to ditch her security detail. Barnes says in this book. Okay, Barnes says Hillary Clinton is now poised to become the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, but she simply lacks the integrity and temperament to serve in the office, he writes. Now he continues. He writes, "From the bottom of my soul, I know this to be true, and with Hillary's latest rise, I realize that her own leadership style, volcanic, impulsive, enabled by by sycophants, and disdainful of the rules set for everyone else, hasn't changed a bit. The book isn't, but now the book isn't set for release until June 28th, but pre-orders have sent it to number one on Amazon's selling list already. All right, but let me show you the. Okay, this is the security op, the Secret Service, the former Secret Service agent Gary Byron, and so this new book unveils a deadly secret about Hillary, and about Hillary and the way she treats her staffers and her husband. So there's a question of if she's been attacking Trump on temperament, then I believe that she needs to look in the mirror at herself. And I seriously recommend this book. All right, because it's definitely one to get. All right, but and I also want to stress something here. All right, but I also want to stress that something here, that when you look at what's been coming here. All right, now on terrorism. Okay, I want to show you. On the latest attack here. Okay, now the Democrats have been touting gun control and stuff, but with this latest revelation about Hillary, about Hillary, and her dual personalities. In fact, dual personalities is how the New York Post dubbed this. It on the front page it says Jack Hill and Hyde. So with that in there, I want to show you this. This is what Hillary said after the Orlando attack. Okay, after the Orlando attack on the.
Have clearly said that we face terrorist enemies who use Islam to justify slaughtering innocent people. And, whether you call it radical jihadism, radical Islamism, I think they mean the same thing. I'm happy to say either.
Really? All right. But that's not what she said a few weeks ago that's not what she said a few weeks ago when she was interviewed by George Stephanopoulos. Take a look at this. Okay.
What's the problem with radical Islam?
Well, the problem is that sounds like we are declaring war against a religion. And that, to me, is number one, wrong.
Even though the qualifier radical is there?
No, because, look, you know enough about religion. You've studied it. And there are radicals, people who believe all kinds of things in every religion in the world.
Actually, that was back in December. Okay, so, but you see the difference there? Her flip-flop, on what to call the threat, But you see the difference? And this all makes sense now to me. Of her flip-flops. It's her Jekyll and Hyde personalities coming into play here. Oh my gosh, the Post was right. You can't trust Hillary. So this all this all makes sense now. Her flip-flops, she even flip-flopped on the war in Iraq when she was a senator. Okay, first she was for it, then she was against it, then she was for it, she voted against it, then she voted for it. So this is all coming into play, and with the revelation of this book, now, we now know all about what's going on with Hillary now, and this is why we need to elect Donald Trump as our president. It just makes sense now. Okay, it just makes perfect sense now. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I didn't see this before. All right, but thanks to that former CIA Secret Service agent, now we know, and we can use this in the campaign against her. Wow, this is amazing. This is a major bombshell for Hillary. All right, I, quite frankly, I trust Trump. And the polls now are reflective of that. All right, but speaking of this San Bernardino attack here, okay. Speaking of this San Bernardino, or not San Bernardino, the Orlando terrorist attack. Okay, now some polls are showing now that let's get into this, because it seems now that we know that the FBI now has dropped the ball. Okay, the FBI now has dropped the ball on Omar Mateen. Right? In fact, we know that this guy now was interviewed twice by the FBI. He was a contractor, and one of his clients was the federal government. So that should have raised red flags the first time they interviewed him. Okay, but he was interviewed twice by the FBI. All right, and Omar Mateen, they're still carrying on with their investigation, but he was married twice. Okay, but and his current wife is now suspect in the plot to kill, in the plot, and she might be in a little bit of trouble because she is said to know about the plot. In fact, there now is also on this on this. We know now that he worshipped Islam, or he praised Allah Akbar. All right, and he pledged his allegiance to ISIS in the name of Islam as he was attacking the gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. And then we also learn that he was also plotting to attack Disney World. Okay, Disney World, in Orlando. In fact, we learn now that he was casing a part of Disney of the Disney resorts and stuff, and then and his wife knew about that. Okay, and then his ex-wife we learned from his ex-wife that he was violent and abusive. All right, but here's what his father has said. said about this. Whoops, hold up a second. Here's what his father said.
It's a free country, freedom of choice. Anyone lives in a way that they like, more than welcome. Who am I to approve or not or disapprove?
So talk.
Oh wait, but no, he was talking about people's way of life in here in this country, you know, and homosexuality and stuff. But you know, in fact, he doesn't believe that he doesn't believe that his son was radicalized.
It's a guidance to the humanity. That means that you have to promote good behavior, serving people. That's why I'm out to say to the whole people that what my son did, it was a wrong act against religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now, this is his current wife, okay? And let me show you her. Okay, this is his current wife, okay? In fact, you know, and she is now suspect to be an aid to his plot. In other words, they think he didn't act alone in this. So, but you know, but who can you trust now when the FBI drops the ball on this guy? You know, drops the ball on this guy, lets him loose after 2 interviews. You know, and you know this is just ridiculous. Okay, are we safe now? I don't think so. Okay, in fact, my friends, you know, there is some confusion now, and recent polls now show that Donald Trump has an advantage on this. Okay, but recent polls now are showing that Donald Trump has an advantage on this. All right, and I want to show you some of the polls, like this Quinnipiac University poll. All right, okay, the latest Quinnipiac University poll. All right, shows now that Donald Trump. Okay, it reads, regardless of how you intend to vote, who do you think would be most effective against ISIS? All right, and you see now it says Donald Trump 49 and Hillary Clinton 41. All right, so this just goes to show you that you know that the Obama-Clinton strategy of combating terrorism is not working. You know, and the American people are seeing it. Okay, and this in fact goes in line with the Fox News poll that asks this question. Okay, has the Obama administration made America stronger or weaker? 49% said weaker, and only 40% said stronger. So in effect, the policy under the Democrats is not making us. The policy under the Democrats is not making us any stronger. In fact, now I want to show you. I want to show you this. All right. Now, in fact, Donald Trump. Okay. Now. Okay. So here, you know, in fact, and Donald Trump had a really good point here. All right. Now, had a really good point here, and about the Muslims, all right, and their lack of reporting these kind of things, all right. But take a listen. Oh wait, hold up a second. Okay, let me get that in there. But anyhow, wait. Okay, so I want to show you this. Okay, and this is what Donald Trump had to say. Listen.
You're going to find out with this savage that did this horrible thing over the weekend that many people said, oh, I knew that was going to happen. They've got to report him because the Muslims are the ones that see what's going on. The Muslims are the ones that have to report him. And if they don't report him, then there have to be consequences to them.
Now, he makes a very good point. In fact, now, I want to show you an interview on Greta Van Susteren on the record. She interviewed an imam, and what the imam said was quite telling about why the Muslims, so-called moderate Muslims, are not reporting these kind of things and not reporting on these radical jihadists that commit these acts. All right, I want to show you this because this is quite crucial. Take a look.
Terrorizing us, and we asked them to stop. We don't have anything to do. We're pleading with you. We didn't have anything to do with this. Our heart goes out to the victims, and we didn't ever train this guy, never met him, and he's not a student of ours.
And you condemn the act, but you don't condemn him, Mateen, because of your religion.
On religious grounds, we condemn acts. We don't condemn people. You know, we hate the act. We don't hate the person.
And you hate this act.
And we hate this act. This is not the act that can be justified by Islam, okay, at all.
Now that is very, very telling. All right. So Donald Trump made a tremendous point, made an excellent point. All right, and an excellent point because he said that it is the Muslims that need to be helping us out and reporting these people. But according to the imam, the reason why they don't report is they condemn the acts, but they don't condemn the person. This is very, very telling, my friends. All right, and this is the reason why we're not getting much help from the Muslims, you know, on this, right? And this is part of the reason why these terrorist acts go unpunished, right? And but you know what? You know, this guy Omar Mateen needs to be punished, okay? Or actually, he needed to be punished, but I guess he was because he was killed in the process of the attack. So I guess he got what was coming to him. All right. So, but on that, my friends, the left is like all over this. You know. In fact, here's what Whoopi Goldberg said on The View about this. All right, take a look. Okay, take a look at this.
All you people on Twitter that like to come after folks, back up. Because you can't explain this.
No.
You can't explain this away. You couldn't explain it in Sandy Hook. You can't explain it here. Keep your stuff to yourself. I don't care what you think. Back off me. I don't care.
Really? Really now? Okay? But, you know, and Obama is just oblivious to all of this because he still refuses. He still refuses to call it what it is, Islamic terrorism. All right. In effect, I think he's trying I think he's trying to actually. I think he actually feels sympathy for the Muslim extremists. But take a look at this.
There's not been a moment in my 7.5 years as president where we have not been able to pursue a strategy because we didn't use the label radical Islam. Not once has an advisor of mine said, man, if we really use that phrase, we're going to turn this whole thing around. Not once.
You know what? This is just ridiculous. You know? We are living in an age where terrorism is rampant now. You know, it has grown. ISIS has grown. You know, and according to the FBI even, all right, according to the FBI even, there's open cases of terror cells in the United States, in all 50 states. All right. In fact, Obama is just oblivious. Okay, and they blame they wanna target gun control for you know, but gun control doesn't work. In fact, there's a bill in the Senate now that's DOA, dead on arrival, right? A gun control bill that, you know, haven't they learned, okay, from after Sandy Hook, right? Okay, after Sandy Hook, they tried to pass gun control legislation. Okay, the Democrats did. Okay, and this was after Sandy Hook, but they didn't have the votes to pass it because some Democrats, Second Amendment Democrats, some Democrats were hunters and they believe in the Second Amendment, you know, and you know, so that bill got shot down, and now this bill, this recent bill that went through the Senate is failing. It's failed. Okay, the gun control is not an option, my friends. Okay, it's not an option. All right, but you know, and you know,
with a powerful assault weapon.
As president.
Oh wait, never mind. Okay, but anyhow, you know, gun control is not the answer. In fact, we need, you know, we don't want to strip the Second Amendment. All right. In fact, you know, I think I have the Second Amendment somewhere. You know, in fact, yes. Let me read for you the Second Amendment. All right. Yes, we have the Second Amendment somewhere, and I'm gonna post it up in a moment. But okay, and you know, because I'm a big Second Amendment guy, and I believe in gun rights. You know, I believe in that people should be allowed to purchase guns for their protection. All right, but anyway, let me before I get to the Second Amendment here, okay, let's get into this gun control bill. All right, yeah, this gun control bill.
Purchasing guns.
87% of the American people say no fly, no buy, except for the Republican members of the Congress.
At the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. Okay. And then
Murphy of Connecticut. Breakthrough on no buy.
And it is our understanding that the Republican leader and the Democratic leader have spoken, and that we have been given a commitment on a path forward to get votes on the floor of the Senate.
But Murphy.
No, that wasn't true. Okay, Murphy wasn't aware that he wasn't, he didn't know, I guess, but it didn't happen. So there were several amendments here All right, but and here's what Paul Ryan said about this. Okay,
we look at how to proceed. We also want to make sure that we're not infringing upon people's legitimate constitutional rights.
Republicans exactly. Okay, and that goes with the Second Amendment. We need to protect the Second Amendment. All right, everybody has the right to bear arms. All right, and I'm gonna find that. Okay, because it's very, very crucial that you understand the Second Amendment. All right, it's very, very important to our protection. All right, now Hillary, Donald Trump has said that that Hillary wants to take away your Second Amendment rights. All right, but now on ISIS and national security, all right, the president and the Democrats are trying to are trying to say that they've made progress, right? Okay. But let me show you what CIA Director Brennan has said recently.
Massacre. Bernardino and Orlando showed the tear.
Wait. Let me show you what CIA Director Brennan has said recently.
Mounts on ISIL, we judge that it will intensify its global terror campaign to maintain its dominance of the global terrorism agenda.
Yeah, and so, yep. But let me, yeah, and let me, yeah. So, yeah, I want to show you this before I get to the phone calls, okay? But so here we are again. Okay, but yeah. All right, but now I want to show you this, okay? Okay, here's President Obama, right? Okay,
today once again, as has been true too many times before, I held and hugged grieving family members and parents, and they asked, why does this keep happening?
Oh wait, that's on gun control. Never mind. Wait, I want to get it to the okay. I want to get on the threat of terrorism. Okay, now on the threat of terrorism, President Obama seems to think that we're making progress on, but he did go down and support the families of the victims, but gun control does not work. All right, so I want to get into a little thing. And we're gonna get into the phone calls here. All right. So if you are paying attention to what's been going on, okay, the number is 272-03-19. Okay, and I'd like your thoughts and your views, and let's have a dialogue here. Okay, but I do want to show that on the threat of ISIS, the global threat here, that the president is out of sync with the people that work for him, and the commanders on the ground and the CIA director. Right now, it's very, very interesting that the president, in light of everything. Okay, the president, in light of everything, he thinks that his strategy to combat terrorism is working. All right, but hey, let me take this call. Hello, you're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Yeah, well, I did want to tell you that the president is working on things, the whole world is, but they don't know these situations until they come up and eval.
No.
And I wanted to say that I watched Donald Trump wanted more military spending.
Yes, we need to build up the military because the president has weakened it.
Okay, let me talk to you. John Biden wants more than military, so you put boots on the ground and then go in and pay people, and to the point America laborers are broke. Everybody's making capital gains, and there's more people in refugee situations.
Listen, let me look at your screen. Look at your screen, okay? Look at your screen, okay? Look at your screen, okay?
Their little self-copycat stunts on Islam.
You're not listening. Okay, but anyhow, let me show you this clip from CIA Director John Brennan, right, on the rise and threat of ISIS. All right, take a look.
Judge that ISIL is training and attempting to deploy operatives for further attacks. ISIL has a large cadre of Western fighters who could potentially serve as operatives for attacks in the West. And the group is probably exploring a variety of means for infiltrating operatives into the West, including in refugee flows, smuggling routes, and legitimate methods of travel.
Now, that is totally opposite of what President Obama has been saying about this whole thing, about the ISIS and combating it. The threat, you know. In fact, you know, I showed you earlier that President Obama doesn't even want to acknowledge the threat is radical Islam. Okay. But President Obama is not on the same page as far as terrorism is concerned and ISIS as his own CIA director in combating terrorism. All right, so we have the FBI botching up things. All right, we have the Obama administration just totally oblivious to the threat, and his strategy is not working. Okay. We are less safe now than we were 8 years ago. All right. Now, and Obama's, we are not secured. We have open borders, and we have a serious refugee problem all over the world, and the terrorists are looking at that. They're going to use our porous borders to get into this country and set off more attacks. All right. Obama is out of touch with his own national security team. All right. The people on the ground, the intelligence services, the intelligence agents, they have all of this intelligence. You know, on ISIS, and our FBI is even out of sync because they dropped the ball. You know, and this just sickens me. It sickens me that the Democrats don't have a strategy that's working. You know, and it seems like they are not looking out for us, we the people. And in fact, after every attack with guns, okay, the San Bernardino one, gun sales and gun purchases increased, more than tripled. All right, after San Bernardino, they tripled. After Sandy Hook, they tripled, and after this recent attack, they tripled. People are buying guns now for protection. They're using the Second Amendment. And all of this talk about gun control is only fueling people to buy guns now. All right? But they're not going to be able to pass gun control legislation because it infringes upon our Second Amendment rights. All right? Let me yeah, and let's see.
Updated the American people on our campaign 2 months ago. We've seen that this continues to be a difficult fight, but we are making significant progress. So at this stage is firing on all cylinders.
So I want to show you that clip, okay? Let me show you that clip again, okay? And then I'll show you what the CIA director said again, all right? But listen to Barack Obama. He just looks like he doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, take a look. All right.
Since I last updated the American people on our campaign 2 months ago, we've seen that this continues to be a difficult fight, but we are making significant progress. So this campaign at this stage is firing on all cylinders.
Really? Really, Mr. President? All right. And then, so then we want to show you again what Brennan.
Unfortunately, despite all our progress against ISIL on the battlefield and in the financial realm, our efforts have not reduced the group's terrorism capability and global reach. The resources needed for terrorism are very modest, and the group would have to suffer even heavier losses on territory, manpower, and money for its terrorist capacity to decline significantly.
Yeah. You know, so Obama is not on the same page as the CIA director, right? And so with that again, and you know, it's significant. You know, Obama is just oblivious. He's not protecting the American people. You know, he's not. You know, remember, this is the guy Obama. Okay, Obama is the guy that called ISIS the JV team. Right? Okay. Well, the JV team is winning. Right? The JV team is winning. You know? And Obama is just oblivious. He doesn't know what he's talking about. We're making significant progress? Are you kidding me? Alright? Okay, here we have several attacks on U.S. soil now. Okay. We've had the Boston Marathon bombers. Okay. And they were even tracked down. They were in the radar and they lost them. Okay, they lost them. All right. It wasn't until after the attack that they caught up to them. You know. Okay. The Boston Marathon. Okay, the San Bernardino. You know, and the Orlando. Okay. The ISIS terrorists are here in America. The Obama administration dropped the ball on it. Okay. FBI dropped the ball. You know, the terrorists are here in America. And and the Obama administration has lowered our defenses. Okay. We can't even fight. We can't even beat them in the battlefield. We can't even beat them in the battlefield in overseas. You know, they are on the rise, and as you heard from the FBI, from the CIA director, that we are on constant. We should be on high alert. Note to Obama: double our security, build up our military. This is not the time to be lowering our defenses. Oh my gosh, I don't know what this president is thinking. He pulls all of our troops out of Iraq, sends them to Afghanistan, and that's when ISIS forms. All right, and then at that point, he calls them the JV team, and then they rise even further, and now he's trying to close Guantanamo by releasing and and transferring the prisoners, but the prisoners and the terrorist detainees return to the battlefield, return to the fight. Henceforth, we need to keep Guantanamo Bay open. It's not a recruitment tool. The recruitment tool is you releasing them, Obama. Our president is, please forgive me, but our president is a moron. All right? This is why we need to elect Donald Trump as our president. All right? I think you would agree with me. All right? Okay. We are not going to stand for this anymore. Okay? Donald Trump is the guy that is stronger on national security, is more effective in combating terrorism and defeating ISIS. And you can't trust Hillary because she has dual personalities and she is not really equipped to handle the office of President of the United States. She's too scandalous. There's too many scandals. We are not safe now. We weren't safe when she was Secretary of State. The Obama failed national security policies are her policies. And we are not going to be stupid this time around. Okay? We are not going to elect a criminal who put our national security in jeopardy. All right. I urge the American people to use their heads. All right. This is no time for half measures. Even President Bush warned that a strategy of half measures is a failure. Right? People should have listened to President Bush. And in the election 2008, people should have listened to President Bush. We wouldn't be in this failed situation had Senator McCain been elected. I think we'd be in a better spot if McCain was elected, but he ruined his campaign. But now the American people are actually getting wiser now. With everything that we know, the American people are actually getting wiser now, I think. And on that note, I need to take it to the last words for the night, my friends. Okay. And so, on the last words for the night, I want to encourage everybody to be safe. All right. Okay. Now, and to be safe. All right. And I hope, and I know it's a little late, but I wanted to praise all of the fathers. Yesterday was Father's Day. Okay, and I spent the weekend in Elmira with my kids. Right? I am a proud father of 2 boys. Caden is 6 and Charleston is 7. So I thank God for my 2 children, and I encourage everybody to think about your children. Okay, think about your children when going to vote. All right? And I showed the polls. The polls all show that Donald Trump has the advantage. And Donald Trump is the one that will keep our families and our children safe. All right? You want to feel safe in this country, don't you? All right? Well, when going to vote, Donald Trump is the one that will keep you safe. All right? And on that note, my friends, that is all the time we have left on the show tonight. I want to thank you for watching Political Point Magazine, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Follow me on Twitter on WilliamMetro2 at WilliamMetro2, and check me out on YouTube. Once again, thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history.